Ladies, gentlemen, and marks of all ages, this is Wrestling Card Weekly coming at you once again. We're here every single Wednesday, or at least until someone finally actually kills the business. My name is Brennan, and these good-looking jabronis are Nick and Jeffrey. What is shaking, Kings? How are we doing?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm fantastic. We made it.
I'm ready to talk some cards.
Can you believe it? We're here.
I'm just hoping it's not us that kills the business.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much to everybody that watched the first episode. Thank you so much to everybody that shared, everybody that was retweeting, giving likes and comments and everything, subscribing. We cannot thank you guys enough. It meant the world to us.
Yeah, I'm kind of blown away by the support we got.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that many people to dig it, and you guys did, and we really appreciate that. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. We really appreciate you guys, and we hope you stick around with us because it's just gonna get more fun.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, shoot. On that note, what's the news? What's going on? How are y'all doing?
We have AEW cards.
Yes. This is what I'm pumped about.
I know this is what you wanted to get into.
What I wanted to get into. Look, I'm not going to be one of those. I'm not one of those fed dead kind of guys. I'm a completely neutral party. I watch everything. So don't get too mad.
But Brennan is our resident AEW fan. When I need AEW information, I go to Brennan.
I'm a bit of a sicko.
Yeah, he's kind of gross. Yes, we have AEW 2025 Upper Deck AEW. They dropped the checklist. We'll take a look at it real quick. We got through some cards too. We've got some pictures.
Look at that.
So, it's 100 card. It's 100 card base set checklist. 60 standard wrestler cards. Number 63 through 70 are first UD, which will be like kind of like a first Bowman Chrome for those of you that are familiar with baseball.
So that Okada is his first UD.
Yeah. Like Mercedes Monet's on there, so it's obvious. So it's not just rookie wrestlers; it's just first time UD appearances.
Yeah, that Okada card makes me. That's where I start getting it. That's where I'm like, I'd spend a couple hundred.
We need to show you midnight. We need to show you late 90s precious metal gems. You would.
Oh God. Or maybe don't.
Tag teams and trios make up 71 through 90, and refs, announcers, and trainers make up 91 through 100 on the.
They're back.
Base set checklist. Yes, they are back. Our parallels, you got gold pyros, clear cuts, gold pyros. This is an outburst red, the Okada, and then outburst gold 101s. For autos is where it gets really exciting. According to as far as I can tell on the wording, they're signed on card. Which would be huge.
Yeah. I think it's honestly a little bit of Nick's influence rubbing off on me, but yeah, no, sticker cards just kind of sticker autos bum me out a little bit.
Yeah, they're not my favorite.
I want to know it was in your hand when you signed it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like I'm still gonna buy either one, but the on card it gets my heart.
Absolutely.
So apparently we have on-card autos though, and the checklist is loaded. Most of the big names are either SP short prints or super short prints. Danielson's a super short print, Swerve, Hangman, Ospreay.
Do you guys like that? Do you like that the bigger names are harder to pull?
Yeah. I mean, it bums me out a little bit because I want them, but at the same time, I think it's cool.
I think it adds the rarity, and you don't like it.
No,
I think it'll give them a value bump, so they're not just every box. It'll
certainly be a chase, but it's like,
I guess how short printed they actually are. Like if everyone's pulling
right
a no name and no one's pulling the big guys.
I mean, if we want to talk about, what's the word I'm looking for? Created scarcity, then this is it. I mean, Copeland's an SSP, Kingston's an SP, Jericho's an SP, Moxley's SP. I mean,
and I'll chase that Kingston. By God, this is gonna be hard on my marriage. This is gonna be hard on my life. I need some of these.
Jess is gonna kill me.
Yeah. Maybe after she kills me. I don't know if her bloodlust isn't sated after me.
Yeah.
Next.
We also got some fun inserts. We've got Dazzlers coming back.
This one I actually like, and I have not liked any of the Dazzlers before. They were okay, but I don't know. Just that photo, it looks much better than it has in the past.
Yeah, I need to see it in hand to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm also a huge I know it drives some people insane, but I'm a huge sucker for corporate Young Bucks. I genuinely like it.
Matthew,
I'm one of those people that drives insane.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm in a very small minority of people, but they just crack me up.
And then a shout out back to the early to mid 90s. We have lenticular card. So hold it one way, it's going to be this Tony Storm finish right here. Hold it the other way, it's the Mariah May finish right there. Nice. Which I think are super cool. I love gimmicky, fun. I think those are going to be really neat.
Yeah, it looks like those are a case hit too. So those could be pretty nice.
I think those would be fun to chase.
Yeah, and you get it from obviously it'll be most likely from the same match of them each hitting their finisher on each other throughout the checklist. So I think that'll be pretty cool.
Dazzlers are blue Dazzlers are 1 in 5 hobby packs. So you get a couple per box, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Now with AEW, are they just doing the hobby boxes, or do they do a smaller batch, like a Breaker's Delight kind of thing, or is it just straight hobby boxes?
They should do hobby and retail blasters, I'm sure.
Yeah, and e-packs.
And e-pack, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like they brought back the Double or Nothing playing cards also for this set, which were especially the gold ones. It looks like this year, gold speckle foil boards out of 52.
Yeah.
So those will be kind of cool.
Another one that I absolutely hate that I missed. I was at that first Double or Nothing and wanted to drink at the casino. What an asshole.
It happens.
It happens.
So as far as other news this week, the Rock Auto ended. We were talking about this before the show. It was 15.5?
15,860.
15
final sale.
15.9.
Jeffrey, did you happen to write down what Nick predicted last week?
I didn't write it down. Yeah. My head tells me it was 10,000. I know he was closer because I said 40.
I said under 30.
Yeah.
So Price is Right rules.
That is surprising that it finished that low, honestly, to me.
I'm not shocked. I think Jeffrey brought up a good point earlier. Out of the 3 one-on-ones, well, yeah. I don't think he has a base. He doesn't have a. Or he does.
He has the base. Yeah.
So out of the 3 one-of-ones, this was probably the least desirable.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
I would say. I mean, I think they're all pretty close. I mean, I think the final boss one is kind of goated.
Honestly, I think I like the final boss one more than the base variation Superfractor.
Yeah.
Obviously we haven't seen it yet, but we've seen what others look like. So
yeah,
I don't know that final boss. Maybe it's just because it's relevant now, but it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the retrospectives though. I think they're. I don't know.
I like it a lot too. I think just when you're putting the 2 or 3 together, it kind of is a little separated.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's definitely an interesting price compared to what we know or what we have a roundabout idea of what the final boss one sold for.
Yeah. I'm just happy we're able to talk about a sale like this of over $15,000 for a wrestling card.
Yeah.
And we're saying, oh, was that low? Was that high? Because
Yeah,
5-10 years ago, that'd be insane to even think about. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I like how far it's come along that we're even having to have that discussion.
For sure.
Yeah. I agree.
You guys buy anything this week?
Always.
I got redemptions in.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I know we were going to set something to make this easier, but a little Dirty Dom action.
Nice. Nice. My mustache brother.
Is that gold variation?
Becky, yeah. Becky.
Oh, that Becky.
And then this one's for the PC. Sammy on the gold base variation auto.
Yeah, dude.
I just got an email that I've got more shipping too, so
hell yeah.
Fingers crossed. What else? We opened those boxes the other day. I guess if you're watching this on Wednesday, you've seen random.
Or
Rip
if you haven't, we have a new segment, Rip Night. It's going to be random, as it says in the description, random Rip Night, and that's where we live vicariously through Nick or sometimes Jeffrey, depending on the time.
One of these days, Brennan.
One of these days, Hey, like and subscribe. It might happen
when AEW comes out. That's you.
When AEW comes out, that's
for sure.
I'm just gonna have to rip that Band-Aid off.
But I might keep that Luger Brett duel that we pulled.
God, that was beautiful.
But other than that, I don't think I picked much else up this week. I've got a couple of Fatus and Alexas and Roxanne's and stuff on the watch list. There's some 82 Wrestling All-Stars on the watch list that are ending tomorrow. Or I guess Sunday, if you're seeing this Wednesday, they already ended. I don't know. Time travel. But that's it for me. I don't know. Jeffrey, what'd you get this week?
I picked up, of course, a lot of Miz. Most of the stuff I bought way long ago, but they're just now showing up. But I picked up which I've bought this card 4 times now, a Miz 2023 Premier tie-dye. Nice. I keep buying them, and then I'll find something else I want, sell it, and then buy one back later.
You are God's favorite Miz, Mark.
Oh, I've got to be. Don't worry, I got a stack here. Picked up another Miz. This was the 24 Prism Mojo. I'm a big Mojo fan. Oh yeah. Didn't know it when I bought it. I guess I didn't pay attention, but it is a bookend 25 out of 25. Oh. So we take
eBay 101.
Don't you ever. That is
if I ever see you list something with eBay 101, we are ending the podcast.
If I ever post anything on my eBay and use eBay 101 as a title, please destroy my entire eBay store.
We're kicking you out of the podcast. It's me and Brennan only.
I hate it. And then after that, I got in my first Sapphire pickup, which was a gold Sapphire out of 50. Speaking of eBay, people list your cards with the correct titles, because this I got super cheap because it was listed. I don't even remember what it was, but it had no mention of Sapphire or anything.
Was it listed as I've seen people mislisting?
I think it was. I want to say they just said
geometrics.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it just said geometric out of 50, and the picture caught my eye. And I was like, I don't think that's a geometric. That's a Sapphire.
Yeah.
And then I finally got back my redemption that I pulled on release day of Chrome of a Miz gold variation auto.
You pulled that?
Release day, because I bought a Miz spot and I pulled the gold in my first break. Finally got that back, and then this one I ended up actually picking up from Mr. Nick over here. This Batista National Treasures auto out of 5.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I planned to sell it, couldn't part with it, needed one, so we've got a Batista auto in the PC now.
Yeah. Brendan, you want to tell the folks about what you got while I pull the picture up?
Yeah, so mine hasn't come in the mail yet, but I had to send a picture to Nick because I had been. We actually the other night we're just having a little meeting online, and I was showing these guys this card that I could not believe existed. And I'm not trying. Look, I love Leaf. I love Leaf cards, but not every card's a winner. Not every card's the greatest card you ever seen. And this card is one of the funniest ones I've ever seen in my life. It is an autographed Billy Gunn. And just take a load of that. Get a load of that shit.
It looks like he's wearing the mask from The Purge.
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
He's Max Headroom. It's I don't know what it's a sticker auto. It's bananas.
It's gorgeous.
And I saw it and I had to have that.
But this is your first eBay card, is it not?
That was my first eBay card. I'm
it's downhill from here, buddy.
It's a slippery slope, baby.
I know. And it's funny because I wanted to talk to you guys about, like why you buy cards. Like what's your when it comes to your personal collection, like who do you go for, why, that kind of thing. And this is, in my opinion, that card is something that I want to start kind of putting together, which is I want to collect things that I love. I want to collect wrestlers that I care about, but I also want to find weird shit. There is hopefully within the next episode or two, one thing that I found is somebody, I'm not going to name who, but somebody's just making AI slop cards where the names of the wrestlers are misspelled. And by God, I'm the buyer. I'm the guy that wants to collect.
You are
the
market.
Yes, I'm the market for that shit.
The bootleg dollar store figures and stuff.
Yes, I want an Alexa Bliss that for some reason looks like Serena Deeb, and her last name is Bliis. Like, let's go. So that's something that I want to start kind of building a collection around, as well as buying things, promotions and wrestlers that I like. Like, what's y'all's motivation as far as your PC? Not what you're selling, but as far as what you keep. Like, what are y'all looking for?
For me, I obviously Miz. I buy everything Miz. I also huge on. I mean, I'm an Attitude Era baby at heart. So any Attitude Era to even Ruthless Aggression Era type guys, like whoever was big when I was in that moment of, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Batista, the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, like all the ones that we loved growing up. I love picking up random stuff of theirs throughout. Not necessarily like everything I see, but I see a cool card and it's affordable, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll keep that. Like, it's just cool memories. As far as Miz, I go back and forth. I either buy everything I see and want to complete every rainbow that I'll never complete, and so I'll just have like 15 copies of every numbered card he's ever had, or I'll like get into another phase of, all right, I want out of 50 or less, or out of 25 or less, and I'll pick up all those. Funny, I don't even know if I've told you guys. I've told some people before, but like why I started collecting Miz. It was, I went on eBay one day, saw an auction was ending in a few minutes, and it was a Miz. It was the first year Immaculate on card auto. I think it was out of 99. And I think I ended up winning it for $7. And I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got an Immaculate. I'd never owned an Immaculate card at that point from any sport or anything. And I was just like, whoa, that's top of the line. Like, I can't believe I got this. I'm sending screenshots to everybody. Like, look at this deal I just got. I mean, come to find out that's like the normal comp for that card.
There's a reason you got it for $7.
Yeah.
I paid, market price, but I
it's your version. It's your version of my Sid Vicious.
It was
my Grail.
Yeah.
And so that got me to thinking. I was like, man, like maybe I should collect Miz. Like that would be so cool. Like I really like Miz. I always have, and that's pretty affordable. So I kind of dabbled with it a little bit. But what really got me collecting Miz was my wife hates wrestling, okay? She cannot stand it. If I turn it on for my son who loves it. He's one. He loves it. She's like, why? Why are y'all watching this? Cannot stand it. Always, can we watch something else? So one day I got the bright idea, because she's obsessed with, The Bachelor and all those other shows just like that.
Yeah.
I was like I think I was scrolling through Peacock or whatever it was that had all the WWE stuff on it at that time, and Ms. and Mrs. was up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder, because I really wanted to watch wrestling, but I knew she wouldn't. So I turned it on and she kept watching. And then we watched it for weeks, like all of it. And so I was like, you know what? Now if I buy all these Ms. cards, she's going to be like, you know what? That's from our show. So
yeah, exactly.
Ms. it is.
And I was going to ask, are you a fan of him as a wrestler, or is it just like
I am, but that was just like the icing that was like, all right, it's affordable. There's a connection there now.
Yeah.
And let's do it.
I love that. That's
and first ever 2-time Grand Slam champion. Let's not forget that.
Damn right. WrestleMania main eventer. Just in case anyone forgets. They don't forget that. They don't forget that. They mention it a lot. No, but I genuinely think the Miz is great. I think
awesome. If you would.
You know what? Dare I say awesome. Nick, what about
Nick?
you?
Well, I think I need to take us all, not all the way back, but way back, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been collecting for like 30, probably 50. Pick up whatever you like here and there, your team, your favorite, player on another, whatever. I had a bunch of Derek Jeter stuff as a kid too. It morphed into I learned how to collect the things you like. Find it, Marie Kondo. What makes you happy? And it's when it comes to wrestling cards for me, it's not so much of like what's hot or who's hot, but it's like I like Sami Zayn, so I pick up a lot of Sami Zayn stuff. I've been, a lot of. I want to get more into vintage stuff. I love vintage. For those of you that don't know, I collect a lot of baseball pre-war, and like wrestling vintage. Wrestling vintage shows late 70s, wrestling all stars, stuff like that. But I mean, I love the history, so that's what drives me on those. It's just the history, I mean, have I seen much of those guys wrestle? Like not in person, never. No, but have I seen a lot of these baseball cards I have? Was I alive when they were alive? No. So it's just it's fun. The fun. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say your pre-war collection is one of the coolest collections of anything that I've ever seen. I love your pre-war cards. The little cigarette cards are just so cool.
So it's about the fun, man. It's like I was having a conversation with someone the other week on Twitter about values, and he was a passion project. Almost, it kind of is. I've cards for nearly all my life. Like it's kind of it's most of the things I buy are not things I plan on reselling.
Right.
So I'm very selective, but it's passion. It's just what I know. It's what I've always done.
Hell yeah.
So
I love that.
Now that I'm able to, about a year ago, I decided to focus. I've picked up wrestling cards here and there throughout, but it was more baseball, basketball, everything. But over the past year, since I started focusing more on my wrestling collection, I've just had more fun. Wow. So it's been a good time.
Yeah, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, this is dudes on cardboard.
Yeah.
We should be having fun with it. Everyone watching, us, everyone watching, everyone in the hobby. It should be as much fun as humanly possible. That's the only reason you buy the shit. Is to make yourself is to be happy.
Yeah. I agree. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And not that you can't make money from the hobby. I mean, I make money from the hobby. No. Jeffrey runs sales. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but
of course. I didn't mean to
lose sight. No. Never lose sight of the fun. That happened to me. I got burnt out in the last year. I didn't want to do any social stuff. I didn't want to do any card stuff. I was like, oh, this is just, and it was taking myself out and not just have, sell this box breakout. Oh, it's going to sell this week, so I can, get all that. Fun.
Right.
Do it, man.
Shit, yeah. Love to see it.
Crazy. Cameras all glitched.
Yeah, no, we were both just. I don't know if you were looking at the chat. Are you?
No, now we're down.
Yeah, you want to?
Are we back?
Jeffrey,
you there?
You're lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
Try removing yourself and adding yourself back in.
Okay.
Now you get to edit this week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Let's see. Give me a check.
Hello.
That looks better.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the thing, because like there were some things on the last episode, and when you
explain it to the people, because I don't know if we're gonna edit this out or not. So just
we'll see. To us, Nick was lagging out a little bit, but we were still catching what he was putting down. So we were hearing everything. It was just a little bit choppy. I think it's gonna all come out in the wash, and in that case, we don't have to edit anything, which would be super tight. If we do have to edit, then you won't hear me saying this.
We have storms here tonight, so
yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle weather-wise.
Yeah,
but
danger noodles are coming.
Yeah,
but otherwise, I think we should.
Hopefully, I got all that out.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we were hearing what you were saying, and it made sense, and it also made us love you even more.
Oh, you guys,
you're a good egg. You're the top banana in my heart.
All right,
Jeffrey. How's about a little market research, baby?
All right. Well, I switched it up a little bit this week. We touched on it at the top, but obviously the Rock's one-of-one retrospective that sold $15,860. I guess we all kind of touched on our feelings on it, but if anyone has any extra they'd like to add to it, feel free. But
I was gonna say my biggest thought is, I was like, man, I think that could have gone for more, and I kind of debate that, and then I'm like, fuck, that is rent. That is almost a year's rent. Good God Almighty!
Yeah,
you just forget sometimes when you're looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the more that I look at it, the more. I don't know. I saw some people saying, "Oh, they shouldn't have graded it. You shouldn't grade you shouldn't grade a 101, or that a 10 makes a difference." I don't know if it being a 10 would have made that much of a difference.
I don't think so. I mean, I think it would have bumped the value slightly. I don't think a 9 really hurt it. It is a 101. I know some people, especially for a card of that magnitude, going for that price, appreciate the authentication at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt that. And but in my mind, if I was let's say this was a big Joey Dorsey card, right? 101. Whether it's a 9 or a 10, I'm paying the same price.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna bid the same way. So, I mean, I guess
as a 101,
I mean, I guess it depends who the buyer was, right? Like, if their intention was, if they're a big rock collector, then it probably didn't affect them. If they're,
and I kind of I kind of agree with Jeffrey on the mainly just on the authentication factor.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking. Nick and I were talking a while ago about you were saying you wouldn't buy a mantle card unless you had some sort of certificate of authenticity, like that kind of thing. So that's good to have. I don't think a 9 versus a 10 should affect how much you're willing to pay for it. It's just good to know, if anyone were ever going to try to duplicate it, nah, motherfucker, it's over. Here it is. This is
No,
the
I don't have
one.
any problem with it being authenticated. I just think it's. I mean, I don't know. We'll get into grading on another episode.
Yeah,
we should have a full
I've
grading
got lots of
special.
thoughts.
Nick has a lot of opinions on grading.
I think at the end of the day, to summarize the rock sale, regardless, we should very much be happy that we're talking about wrestling cards selling for over $15,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
a million
and
percent.
debating whether it was enough or too
Yeah,
much, or
it's
the
true.
fact that it's not just like, oh wow, that card sold for $500, like
Yeah.
Right.
wrestling cards. Like we're talking 15 grand here. And we've seen over $100,000 sales, and it overall it puts wrestling cards in a good place, which is what I want to take out of it. But the more I look at the picture now, I'm like, hey, yeah, that might have been the least desirable of the three. So I think we'll get a real value kicker when we see the variation 1 of 1 go up on that.
Yeah,
I think
just
it is
knowing that the hobby's thriving and that wrestling itself is thriving. Yeah, what else could you ask for?
And then after that, it's Chrome, and that's now the top sale from Chrome publicly. It made me think about just the overall health of Topps Chrome WWE 2025 and in comparison with Sapphire, and how both are performing, I guess, overall, as in like the sealed wax prices, the singles prices. So I went in and did a lot of digging around to see kind of release day points, current points, like secondary market right after release of especially the sealed wax. And then so the Topps Chrome 2025 released on January 31st, right?
Yeah.
It was EQL for about 160 on the top side if you got lucky, and through I think WWE Shop had it up as well.
Yeah, they
for
had a
Fanatics.
drawing too. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got lucky and got those, they were roughly $160 for a hobby. And then, most of us didn't hit those. So those that didn't had to go straight through LCS or online through whoever, David Adams or Blowout, whatever.
Yeah.
Those were sitting around 350, which started to feel a little steep. I guess everyone was expecting hobby prices to be a little lower after the initial Panini Prism 2022 just being nuts at over $1,000 a hobby box,
right,
to where it dropped to close to 200. So I guess 350 secondary market kind of felt a little steep at first.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that felt a little steep, but I started looking into it more. The price on those in the secondary market, even with all these big cards already being hit, has gone up almost $100 a box.
Oh shit.
So right now, like as of today, David Adams was at about 440 per Chrome hobby. Blowout, Steel City, all them were close to about 425, and the most recent eBay sales of sealed boxes were about 400 to 460. So we're talking up to $300 more than the EQL price now. Man. Selling on eBay. So that tells me people are really liking the Chrome. I don't know how much buyback plays into that. Obviously not a ton, but I guess it gives people the sense of a little more security on money they can get in return for them.
Well, definitely
if they pull something good.
Yeah. Are they expecting, are you guys expecting more buyback announcements before Mania?
No.
I was curious about that.
I'm not. Baseball does too. UFC only did one when they had a buyback. I don't think they'll do more than 2. I think that what we have is what we're getting.
Yeah.
Which I actually like. I don't think they should flood it too much.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And then, but with all of that said, I looked into the Sapphire because I don't know about y'all, I was super pumped for Sapphire to come out in general. WWE's never had it. And they just look awesome. And I mean, I showed that Miz earlier, the gold Sapphire, and like they just look great. I mean, even the base cards look amazing. I was super excited for it. Jumped on at release day, which was March 5th or something, even though it was announced to be March 28th. They just said screw that and dropped them super early.
Yeah.
But I remember being in queue or whatever, and obviously didn't get any, but they were, man, what do they end up being? 280 on Topps website, I think.
270, I believe.
Yeah, so if you got lucky and didn't get botted out, you got 270-ish. Then they immediately hit Dave & Adams and all the online card retailers and stuff at what, over 550, I think, right after release.
Yeah.
Or right at release.
Now they're down to 350 now.
Yeah. So Blowout had them the lowest today at 360.
Yeah.
And then I think Steel City and Dave & Adams were like 380, 390. So all sub 400 now. And eBay today, I saw sales today of sealed hobbies of those going for like right at 300, 310. So
can we talk about how not great of a set Sapphire is?
Just like, value wise, it's not. If this was $100 box, sure.
But the auto checklist is so much weaker compared to hobby. They didn't do full Sapphire cards, which is weird. They look basically just like refractor parallels. Yeah. They're basically just refractor parallels. Like I said, the auto checklist is weaker. You do have some good autos because they have the base variations again.
Yeah.
But those are super, super, super short print. And for that price, like
they just needed more meat on the bone.
Yeah, no real inserts, just
none at all. It's base and autos. There's not a single insert.
I mean, it's like they rushed it when they didn't need to.
Yeah. Like if they would have done the Sapphire selections,
they could have done it after Mania, and it would have been fine. And they could have done more to it. And gotten more stuff signed, so there's less redemptions, so on and so forth. But yeah, I just think
it's one thing they've done well with the redemption so far, though. I'll give them that. They've been pretty fast.
Yeah, they've been popping them out.
I don't mind a redemption if I can get the product in hand and then redeem my redemption and have it within a month or 2 or 3 months. Like that's not going to bug me. Obviously, I want to pull it straight from the box.
Yeah,
but
we'll see how it goes as they continue on throughout the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how things look, after Mania season. With the next few drops and everything.
I'm excited to see what's coming, man. Give us a schedule.
Yep.
I want to know. We know
what do y'all think is next? You think Dynasty?
You think they go high end, or you think they go value set?
I think they go high end and use WrestleMania and WWE World as a massive marketing tool. And with all the celebrities and everything around WrestleMania, I think they go high end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be cool. We'll see. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm just ready for something new. Even though it's March and they didn't release their first product until January 31st.
Yeah.
So we're about a month and a half in, 2 months in, and we've already gotten.
I'm fiending, man. I'm fiending.
Need more.
Yeah.
I'm fiending.
But before I forget, before we move on, so I want y'all to guess. So the Topps Chrome, regular Topps Chrome, obviously the top public sale is the Rock that we were just talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
The number, I think we mentioned it last week. I might have at least the second highest public sale from that Chrome set was the Rock. I think it was one of the image variation super fractors, sold for like $9,500. What would y'all's guess be? I looked up the 2 top public sales from Sapphire so far for singles.
Just so far?
Tell me. Yes. The 2, as of today, the 2 highest public sales of a single from Sapphire.
I don't know names, but I'm willing to bet they're both NXT women. At least one of them is that.
And only one of them is a 1 of 1, and neither is an autograph.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm way fucking off. I need what Nick, you gotta get
Jacob Fatu Papardasha.
No. So
am I close?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it not close. You got the right. It is the Papardasha. The Papa John's 1 of 1.
Yeah.
The top selling so far was a whopping $852.
Yeah.
And it was the Undertaker 1 of 1.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep. The number 2 selling card so far is the Roxanne Perez Red Sapphire out of 5, which sold for $516.
Oh, man, I really kind of wanted to put her rainbow together too. Shit.
Yeah. So, but hey, that's the out of 5. So those are the top 2 selling as of today from
That's
Sapphire.
crazy.
Which, when we talked about the price of what the boxes cost, Chrome versus Sapphire.
Yeah.
Look what you're getting back for your singles out of Sapphire versus what.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everyone's pulling a Rock 1 of 1, but even there, others were far and above anything that's selling in Sapphire so far.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of shows. Hopefully, it kind of shows Tops, because they're watching it.
Yeah.
How wrestling collectors kind of reacted to that, so we don't just kind of like get the shit into the stick again, where they're like, "Oh, we'll just pump it out at this price. They'll buy it." Like, Chrome sold out almost everywhere. Sapphire is sitting there being discounted each and every week now.
Yeah, I don't have any plans to buy.
I like the singles. I really do. Like, just
I'll buy
for
singles.
Collector's point, but if you're trying to rip this to make money, you're wasting your time as it looks now. Because I mean, the number 1 selling card will double your money on your box, and after that, you're a break even so far.
Right.
And that comes after how fucking impossible it was to get boxes.
Yeah,
right drop.
I'm glad I didn't get in a drop at this point.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I was. We were in we were in the group chat. You guys were devastated. It's like, good Lord.
I was hiding in the bathroom at work trying to go through tops.com so I could get on there, but glad I missed it.
Thank God. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So, all right. So the next segment that we do every week is a career retrospective, and I bring this up to say, last week, our own Big Nicholas, he had a career retrospective on somebody who I received a little feedback that didn't appreciate me saying, a guy who is a gigantic piece of shit, John Cena. And I would like to think that this week, the career retrospective is going to be on somebody that's not a complete piece of shit. Nick.
Oh. Yes.
Who are we doing the career retrospective on this week?
Well, she's very selfless.
Okay.
I
don't like the way you said that.
She doesn't share well, which is a problem.
Okay. Would you say she is kind of a gigantic piece of shit?
I will not go that far. My law advised me not to call gigantic pieces of shit on the internet. But it is Charlotte Flair. It is Charlotte Flair. So
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take the bullet on this one. Piece of shit.
Anyway, since we did,
I'm sure Ashley Flair's a nice woman.
Yes. But Charlotte,
anyway, fuck out of here.
After we did Cena last week, here we go with the Super LOL Charlotte.
Hey Nick.
Yeah.
Before we start, you may want to log out and log back in. You're lagging pretty hard.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
There we go.
All
right.
Weird stuff going on tonight, guys. Her rookie card. We had some discussion about this. I think it still counts. It's a trading card game, but it's still a trading card. 2013 Topps Slam Attacks. Jeffrey, I thought you had a little trepidation about this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's her first appearance on a card.
The whole wrestling card rookie debate is always going to be there, especially with anything that doesn't have a rookie logo or rookie shield or whatever. I am on team probably first appearance, or at least first appearance within the company they're most known for, or just starting out. My guess, when you asked me to guess her rookie card, was the 2014, her first NXT card.
Solid guess.
So I don't know. You made a good point when we talked about the WWF Cardinal. Yeah. So being a game card technically, and Slam Attacks technically being a game card. So I can see it both ways. Either way, if you are collecting Charlotte and you want her rookies, you'll probably have both anyway. So
in 2013, was I'm blanking on this. In 2013, was it already the NXT show on the WWE network, or was this at the point where NXT was the essentially game show after?
No, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was already.
pretty
It was
sure.
already.
It was already. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, I remember 2014 being when it popped off, but I can't remember
Yeah.
when exactly it started. But 2013
Wow, that
makes
was
sense. That's when Paige
12
was
years
champion.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was 12 years ago.
Yeah, it's no, it wasn't actually. It wasn't at all. Why would you even say something like that?
Anyway, so
I'm not old.
We're gonna call her 2013 top slam attacks her rookie. There are only 8 8s, 5 9s, and 15 10s on the PSA pop report. So I think a total pop of around 30. Very low with an average auction sale price of 10s of around like $100.
Really?
Which I think is
That's wild low.
super low for like arguably the most successful female in WWE history.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue about booking, you can argue about, what if you want to have a smart argument about, move set or in ring.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to overall like just general success, like
Right.
Charlotte's pretty much
there.
Yeah.
So I found that surprising. But going through some of her other top sales, some of them don't have pictures, but like there was a dual kiss card with her and Trish that apparently went off for 7,200 as her highest sale ever recorded by Card Ladder. This bad boy right here won an auction for $56.55.
That's a great signature.
Is that 2020?
That is 2020, yes. A Transcendent 101. This was up there, Color Blast. That about rounds out the top 5. There's another Color Blast in there. So a lot of what actually, not a lot of what I would expect, really. I would expect more immaculate type stuff up high, but yeah, I mean, I guess a dual kiss auto with Trish is attractive to a lot of people.
The those that shall not be named.
Yes. So, and the Color Blast is sweet. I mean, I love the Color Blast.
I love the Panini Color Blast.
But that went at auction. That went at auction for twice for an average of like 2,600. So nice. There's money in Charlotte cards, just not in her rookies for some reason.
Yeah.
But
well, on that note, you guys remember last week we did a blind draft. Well, guess what, boys and girls?
Do it again.
We're
do it again.
Doing another one.
Ooh.
Let's talk about the poll results of last week's first.
Oh
before
yeah,
we get into that.
Pull those up.
See, this is. I'm going to carp about this one.
So
I actually haven't seen them yet.
All right, so I posted a poll from our Twitter account to get the viewers' votes on who they thought had the best team last week, and it ended with Jeffrey at a whopping 73% of the vote, Nick 18%, and Brennan at 9%.
Look, if I knew we were going for the cheap pops, I would pick your finishers too.
I'm the pander champ, okay? I'm the pander champ.
Do I go full heel and be like, of course the E-drones didn't understand what I was going for.
We're gonna use the results of that poll every week to decide who is drafting in what order. So this week it'll be the same order as last week. Now it'll be me first, Nick, Brennan.
All right, Brennan, what's our topic?
All right, today's topic. This is all right. So at first I thought top masked wrestlers, but then I was thinking, no, forget that. Favorite wrestling masks. Just the
Deal.
masks themselves. It does not matter who they're attached to. I want to know your favorite wrestling masks.
Okay. All right.
I got a little because I had
just
the
the visual of the mask.
Just the visual of the mask. What mask you like the most?
All right, I've got a handful picked out.
Yeah, I've got a little thing right here because I came up with it. So I've already know what I'm going for, and I'm sure you guys are gonna snake some of these from me.
He cheated last week and got 9% of the vote.
Speaking of masks, do the Three Ninjas count as wrestlers in this case? Because remember they wear those cool masks in that one movie?
Man, the Three Ninjas, while they rule, do not count as wrestlers.
But they were in High Noon with Hulk Hogan.
That is true.
I'm gonna say it's not canon.
It's not canon, but it is awesome. I will give you that Three Ninjas fucking rocks.
Yeah, all of them.
All three and the movie.
All right, those are your picks. You're done.
Yeah. You got
Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum. Those are my 3 picks. I'm done.
All right, Jeffrey.
What's all right? All right. I'm gonna go with the original Kane mask, like his debut.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. It screamed hardcore, like cinematic looking, but it wasn't cheesy.
Yep.
Which is a lot of stuff during that time period could have come off as cheesy or not hold up over time, but I think that was his best mask. Yeah. I mean, he couldn't breathe when he wrestled in it, but that mask in general was awesome looking.
Suffocating. Yeah. No, I loved it with the kind of triangle at the top. It's a beautiful mask. Nick, what's your first choice?
I'm picking this one because I think it's a funny mask. Okay. Even though it has belonged to a number of great wrestlers. Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask is a great choice. Shit, I didn't even have Tiger Mask on my list.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought of it. That's good.
The mask is just cool. The mask is like kind of funny, but kind of cool. Lots of history behind it. I know we're just picking based on looks, but I couldn't pass up that. I mean, it's Tiger Mask. He's been in animes and stuff. Like,
no, absolutely. No, it's a beautiful mask.
Yeah, so that's my pick number 1.
Brennan? My pick number 1 is going to be one Jushin Thunder Liger.
Ooh, that was on my list.
I love that mask so much. I don't even have anything to say about it. Every variation of it, I just love Liger's mask so much. It just makes my heart full.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to snake draft. You get another pick right now?
Yeah, snake it.
Oh, all right. My second one. Sorry, I'm pulling up my notes right here. La Parka.
Oh, you took 2 of mine.
Did I take 2 of yours?
Yeah.
Dude, La Parka's mask. It's just the coolest mask. Like, just the skull, like, any iteration of La Parka. Now, I grew up on WCW La Parka, playing guitar in a chair. I love that man. Whoever is in the costume, I love him very much. When I was at Starrcade for the first Double or Nothing, I didn't get a chance to go to his booth, but I saw La Parka Dos, I think, in the room, and he was so jacked, and he freaked me out a little bit. He reminded me of Bane, not like current Bane, but like Batman and Robin Bane.
Yeah.
I love that mask. Choice. I love him.
Chairman of the board.
Yeah. Who's up next?
I had to add a picture for this because I think Brennan will obviously know who this is. You grew up WCW in the 90s.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I don't know if you grew up on a lot of Nitro, but
a little.
My pick number 2, Mortis.
Favorite wrestler. Let's talk.
Would you look at this?
Yeah, sick as shit.
Right?
You
I
should have
also
to
watched
fight
the
that
Power
guy
Rangers.
in Elden Ring.
Like, look at that mask. That's just like wild.
Yeah.
That's Chris Canyon, like your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
I've
love
actually
Chris
never
Canyon,
seen that one.
but Mortis is dude. Mortis is look at the shoulder pads. My God.
Right?
Strap
So
a
cool.
rocket to that man.
Late
What's
90s.
wrong with you, Bischoff?
A
Late
lot.
90s WCW is a treasure. All right, Jeffrey.
All right, I got to decide how much I want to pander now.
I'm gonna lose. Are we doing that again? I'm gonna lose.
Oh, we're doing it every week. Okay,
Vote for me.
forever. All right. All right, I'm gonna pander with one and go with what I like the most with the other. So
Okay.
you got to go with just any of the Rey Mysterio masks. Any. Oh man, now I don't know about my next one.
No, the Ray
It's
masks are
split.
great. There's, I mean, good Lord, there's 1,000 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like because you
Yeah.
always know it's him. Like his just had like a slightly different look than everybody else, even
Yep.
when he did like variations and
Yeah.
whatever. And obviously, I wanted a luchador in there,
Yeah.
regardless.
Of course.
For my last one, man, I am torn between two.
Don't pick the one that I'm gonna pick.
All right, I'm gonna go with Mankind.
Solid.
It's just such a different mask, and
Yes.
I know
All time.
we're not even comparing it like with the wrestler it was on, but just for that character, just the Hannibal Lecter feel was it was perfect. And like you can say Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever. I don't Jude Love. I see that mask whenever I think of any of those characters, even though it was only Mankind's. Like it was just it stuck.
Yeah.
Solid. I'm gonna be Jeffrey here and do a little bit of pandering. Although I do think it is, and it is a favorite mask of mine. Penta.
Oh, dude, Penta's mask. I love Penta's mask.
I do too.
All of his stuff, just great. I mean,
You think the face paint is what helps it so much too?
Yeah.
I was just about to say the fact that he has the face paint underneath it.
Yeah.
He is one of the few wrestlers that I've never seen a picture of unmasked. And if I like, God willing, I never will. I want to die not knowing what Penta looks like.
Side topic: luchadors in suits with their masks on go hard.
Coolest thing in the entire world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like suit with a lucha mask is a hard look.
Oh yeah. 1,000,000%. I want to start doing that at work. You know, I go into the office. First of all, they're gonna be like, "Why are you wearing a suit?" Oh, also, why the fuck are you wearing a luchador mask?
Like the suit is the first giveaway.
No,
Not
the suit for me in my office, that would be the first thing. They're like, "What are you? We've seen you wear a luchador mask in the office." The suit's weird though. My third pick, I'm going Psychosis.
Okay.
You know, AAA, WCW, Standard. I'm as you can tell, also choosing Liger. I'm a sucker for horns on a lucha mask. I just think that's the coolest thing ever.
I was going to grab a quick Psychosis picture too.
Hell yes. And also, if you want to, I wanted to give some honorable mentions now that we've gotten those done. The funniest masks of all time, which I hadn't told you guys. One of them, this is in no particular order. Yeah, Psychosis. Look at that shit. That's
I thought
so
it was
awesome.
a PNG, so he got a clear background. That actually looks kind of cool. That kind of rules.
Do you guys remember when Kevin Nash briefly was Oz in WCW?
Oh yeah.
I actually happened to watch that episode the other day.
Hell yes.
Would he
That
be-
is one of my honorable mentions, along with another great WCW mask, the Shockmaster, which was just a glittery stormtrooper helmet,
Yes.
which rules. Cut some fucking eye holes in it next time, as they learned. And here's one that I wanted to bring up. And if you know this, if you're watching this and you know who I'm talking about without Googling this, I want you to comment because you're my best friend. Otherwise, I need you to Google a man named Tagar, Lord of the Volcano. That is Tagar, Lord of the Volcano. He was an early 90s Memphis wrestler whose shtick was so bad it got like 2 episodes. Dutch Mantel has called it the worst gimmick in Memphis wrestling history. Which, if you've ever looked into Memphis wrestling, look at Nick's face. He's excited. He's seeing it right now. It is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen recorded to video. You need to Google that right now. Just you can if you're watching on your phone, you can minimize YouTube so it's down in the corner. You can go to Safari, type in Tagar, Lord of the Volcano.
Oh my!
Yep.
I gotta show you.
Yeah, you
this is
pull
why
it
you
up.
You should watch the video podcast. Because,
pull that shit up, Jamie.
Let's see if I can pull this up.
Sorry, I wanted the excitement in your face, so I should have told you beforehand, and we would have had it preloaded.
Video file.
Let's go.
Hold on. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, take your time, brother.
Oh yes.
I'm just saying.
Watch this, guys.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that fireball to the elbow drop. That is incredible. A Party City skeleton mask, painted metal, and he would stand in front of a green screen of a volcano with a voice modulator.
God bless Memphis.
Still real to me, damn it.
It is absolutely.
If we're going like ridiculous gimmicks and helmets count,
yeah.
Well, one, I got 2.
Okay.
If we're gonna count helmets, Vader's Mastodon helmet for his entrance.
Oh yeah, that rocks.
Is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. No. 1,000,000%.
If we're talking about masks that people actually wrestled in, how can we forget Mantar?
Well, I was thinking about that.
God, he did wrestle in it. He only took it off a few. Shit. Oh, I'm embarrassed for not picking Mantar.
How can you forget?
Lest we forget.
Bro, I've got Tagar just doing his elbow drop on the other side of the screen. Like on loop.
Dude, it should be, yeah. I wish I need to get one of those photo picture frames that you download shit to. And it just plays that on my wall all day.
That'd be awesome. Jeffrey, you got an honorable mention?
If we're going bad mask, there's not many that come to mind.
Anything that just tickles your fancy, gets you going.
I never understood the one the Hurricane would wear. Like, it was all right.
Hurricanes was a bad mask.
Yeah,
it was a certifiable bad mask.
Other than that, not really. Whatever mask Hulk Hogan wore when he was the
Mr. America.
Yeah, I hated that one so much. I didn't put too much thought into bad masks, but I don't know if y'all have any more, but some recent honorable mentions for like just good masks. It was the one-time thing, but the Survivor Series that Rhea Ripley wore that mask.
Oh yeah, that
one was sick.
That was tight.
And then I don't want us to leave this without talking about the Fiend mask and just how intricate and badass it was. Like,
how did none of us pick that?
None of us picked the Fiend mask.
I was debating it, but like at first I didn't like that mask. Like I thought it was kind of corny, like just from original viewing, and then after like just the character development and seeing the mask up close more and more, like they killed that one. It was so good.
Yeah. And what sucks is most people, when they think of the Fiend, they think of end of the run.
Yeah.
And they don't think about that first 6 months.
Yeah.
Where you were watching the playhouse or the fun house go, when you were watching everything develop, and then suddenly he got in the fucking ring with that mask.
Yeah.
And, people want to talk about the match with Goldberg. Yes, that was horrible. It sucked. He wrestled Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
That was an incredible match.
Yeah.
You can have a dog shit Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins all day long. Do that for months. But that match with Danielson, and it was a strap match. Like, that redeems the whole thing for me. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Can I give us one more to go out on?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's see it.
Just one more.
What am I
looking at? Montoya. It's just incredible.
Oh shit.
It's Albert Montoya.
I forgot about that.
It's like he's wearing like a cut up jockstrap on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to steal my McNuggets.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Oh,
that's just beautiful.
Yeah, I had to strike a genius and remember that one.
Genius is what I would call it.
I feel like we had more fun discussing bad masks. You should have had who are your least 3 favorite masks.
Hey, look, episode 2. We're gonna learn. We
learned episode
3. Speaking of, as we like to do every week, you guys learn anything fun this week?
I learned that it's very fun to watch people rip open cards that you don't pay for. Thanks, Nick. And
you're welcome.
I also learned, which I already said it earlier, but just the complete disassociation of Topps Chrome and Topps Chrome Sapphire, like the difference in the prices of what people are paying and what the companies are expecting. Like, I guess it really made me think that wrestling collectors are much different than the rest of the hobby, in the fact that it's almost like they use their voice, or their wallet in this case, to tell these companies what they like and what they don't like.
Yeah.
And I love that. That way we're not just getting price gouged forever on hobby boxes just because breakers can buy them up or this or that. Like, they'll sit. So I think that's good for the hobby in general for us.
For sure. Me, I learned after Dynamite and Collision this week, I already knew that Toni Storm was my favorite thing going in wrestling. Timeless Toni Storm, what she's doing. After watching the women's tag match on Dynamite and then watching her promo on Collision, and debate me, I will respond in comments. Toni Storm is now the greatest thing happening in wrestling, period. In my opinion, that is what I've learned, is that I was wondering what things were going to look like after the feud with Mariah May ended. And by God, she picked it right up. There's nothing this woman can't do. I'm ashamed that there was even a 0.001% doubt in me that she could continue to just slay everything she does. The woman's the best thing in wrestling right now.
Even when she got kicked in the face by Penelope Ford the other day.
That's what I'm talking about. She cut that whole promo.
Cool.
Yeah, and the camera work good
And
lord.
Penelope did like the crazy face after she kicked her, and like it was sweet.
So good. And her just like laying in the ring, cutting that promo. By God, King.
She gets it. She does.
Yeah. And what should be mentioned also, because Tony Storm, of course, is 95%, but RJ City, like, I know he's like writing, and helping out with that. He deserves at least a little credit for what he's helped contribute to that, because he's apparently been super helpful on that. But by God, I love that woman so much.
She's pretty great.
Sorry, I just got really, really excited there for a minute.
Jets, man.
That's what we're here for.
Nick, what'd you learn?
Don't trust other sellers on eBay to be logical.
Yeah.
If I've got the only car in the market and I'm setting it at a certain price, you should probably set your car near my price and not undercut it by 50%. That way we can both make more money. So
the old boomer, I know what I have.
Happened a time or two. Yeah. Well, I'm doing the I know what I have, and everybody else is like, yeah, I don't know. just some eBay mishaps this week that got me.
I can feel the passion burning within you.
I mean, it's like, let's be smart.
If you're on eBay and you're selling cards and you need a little sense knocked into you, it's at extra inning card on X.
This is the second week in a row we've had to verbally announce your username. That way people can find you and possibly fight you.
Yeah, come on, let's go. What did I say last week?
You said John Cena was winning his 17th.
John Cena is 100% winning.
Yeah,
although
it's on you.
You also said Tiffany was winning.
Yeah, that was bold. Anyway, any last words for us, Brennan?
Man, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. This has just been a pleasure to do. It was just an idea from Nick, and it's become like my favorite part of the week, hanging out with you boys. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for having a good time with me.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. If you see a tweet, retweet a tweet. Yeah, we're just very grateful for you guys. We love you, and we never want to see you hurt or in pain.
Absolutely. Okay.
And that's a great way to end it. All right.
I will see you guys next week.
Maybe.
Godspeed, Kings and Queens.
Boys.